Hey, what is going on everybody? It is Nolan, or the Optimistic Gamer here, and welcome back to the Optimistic Survival Series. Today, we are finding a home for these cute little guys. Right down here, our armadillos are finally going to get their own enclosure. Of course, in the last episode, we did our doghouse right over here, which I am still so happy with, especially when you look at it from a distance. But today we are shifting our focus to the other new 1.20.5/6 edition in these armadillos. We are going to make a small enclosure for them, and the nice thing about them is they will drop Scute. Well, apparently it's pronounced Scute. I have been saying it wrong all along, all these years that I have been saying Scute. It is really Scute. Anyway, they drop that by themselves, similar to how the sniffers will sniff up seeds. Well, we seem to have run into some kind of issue up here with our sniffers, but we will have to address that. Anyway, the armadillos will drop the Scute on their own without us having to brush it off of them, because it did use up a lot of durability from the brush the last time that we did that. So what we can do is we can have a small enclosure and they can just hang out in there. Occasionally they will drop their Scute, it will fall off, and it will be picked up by the minecart hopper on a track system underneath. And then it will go into a chest where it will be safely stored. Now I do have a whole mechanism set up just in case, but they drop it so infrequently, I really don't think we will need a stopping mechanism for this. I think if the minecart hopper passes over a normal hopper just once every now and then, it will be okay. I do want to build it right over here by our doghouse. It will be kind of our 1.20.5 area over here, and we will probably put it right here on this corner next to the town hall as well, although I might lean a little more towards the doghouse side. So we will start to clear off some of this grass, and we can start to dig out where we will have our track that runs underneath. And of course it doesn't have to be a crazy large enclosure, but I do want it to be big enough so that we can have detailing inside and landscaping and just make it look really nice. So we will go with an 11 by 11 square right here, and of course we will have to dig down one more layer for our tracks. We will have a line of redstone blocks going across the bottom in the middle to power our rails. I know it's not the most efficient way to do that, but it is the easiest. And our collection mechanism will be, well, I think we may have it over on this side, because that will give us a little more space to sort of expand out and have this whole area be decorated as well. So we will have the output be right up here, so we will have some powered rails running up in that direction, and of course these rails, just like any other farm, will run back and forth. And I think I will have to make a few more of these powered rails. This is using up quite a bit. It's a larger footprint than I thought we would have, and I think it's a little funny that our sniffer farm is even smaller than the armadillo enclosure. But hey, the armadillos are even newer than the sniffers, so they get top priority here. We only need a few more though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. So I will go make 6 more of these powered rails. Maybe 12 more, because we will want a few extra right there. And then the rail system itself will be done. We can replace the grass back on top. And we can extend those all the way to the wall. Perfect. And I know it already works, but I still always like to test the track just to make sure we don't run into any unexpected glitches or anything like that. And it hit the return wall, so it looks like we should be okay. Let's see how far we can extend that. It looks like a couple more blocks past the edge, which is just fine. we'll let that cart come to a stop right up here. And again, like I said, we don't technically need a fancy stopping mechanism for this. In fact, I'm actually going to break that and replace that with a normal rail, but I would like to have that anyway, just because it looks a little bit nicer, and it's fun to watch that rail come to a stop. So we will put a hopper going into that chest. For now, we will just use dirt. It is the only building block that I have, and a powered rail right on top. If we put a comparator behind this hopper, we should be able to connect that redstone signal all the way around. We may have to power a torch, but if we put a, let's see, we want this. See, I can never figure out how these stupid things work. Okay, so it is placed like that, and that should detect items in there. There we go. That is outputting a signal. We will want a repeater. I still don't understand what that torch does, but maybe a redstone expert can let me know down in the comments, or I can just stop being lazy and head over to the Minecraft wiki page. But a torch right there, that will power that. If we bring some of this redstone dust around here, that will stay powered. If we put an item in there, if we put a handful of items in there, that is not doing what it's supposed to do. Well, that was fun. We are not going to have a fancy stop mechanism. We will just have that come up here. Again, if there is just a single item in the minecart, even if there are a few items, let's say maybe 5 potatoes, 6 potatoes down there on the tracks, when those get picked up, we will see how many get dropped into this hopper on its return. And it dropped off too, so not perfect. If the minecart hopper ever gets filled up with 5 stacks of Scute, we can just go over and empty it. That, as much of a problem as it would be, I wouldn't actually see that as a problem, because that would mean we just have a lot of Scute. So we need some stone now, or some kind of decorative block to place right up here, and we might actually build this out of acacia wood just to make the armadillos feel a little bit more at home. But I do want to test to make sure that, yep, items do get picked up through the ground. So I don't know why our sniffer farm isn't working. Maybe it's just because we haven't had it loaded in. Can we have that grass block there? Is that going to cause issues? It shouldn't. Perfect. Uh-oh. Okay, never mind. It is causing some issues there. Maybe we will have the fence be along this side, and we will have that extra track for it to access our exit point. But that is going to get very annoying very quickly, so I'm just going to let that minecart come to a standstill for now while we finish up this build. So everything within these 4 dirt corners is safe for the hopper to access. Of course, we don't want them snooping around this minecart entrance and exit, so we will cut the fence a little shorter right over here. But we can go grab some fence now and start to fill this in. Again, I think I'm going to go with acacia fence just because it matches their home environment. We will also do acacia wood for the decoration as well. And we have a lot of it. That was one of the woods that I harvested a lot more than many others. So let's get some fences made here. About a stack should do. That's probably a lot more than we actually need. And like I said, we will just cut that just short of the rail, but I suppose we could go ahead and expand it back to the outside. There we go. So they will have a very large little enclosure right here for them to hang out. Now we can start to decorate it. And we can also decorate our space right over here. So for this, we will use sideways acacia logs to get that nice gray color. There we go. And I think we will do this as a backdrop as well, but I want to make actual wood out of this instead of just using the logs. We don't need a whole lot though, because it's only where it would be exposed. These bottom 2 can be normal logs, and then on top we will have our wood. There we go, and we can even extend that over. Well, no we can't, because, again, we have a minecart rail going right through here, and now I'm just destroying everything. So our powered rail will come up right here, and it will stop on that hopper, and we can have a couple more logs right there, and then have that wood like that. Perfect. We can have a few barrels right here where we can store spider eyes, Scute, and anything else that we might need. Okay, so let's go grab some acacia saplings and we can get those planted. I also want to get some dripstone, and I will show you why. So we can use this dripstone placed from the ground up, and these will kind of mimic a termite hill. And we can have a few of these spread throughout their enclosure here. Maybe a small one there in the middle, and one more right over here in the back. Of course, I don't want these to be too close to the fence, otherwise they could hop over. But yeah, there we go. We have some termite mounds. I guess I could actually do some coarse dirt underneath these. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I kind of like that. There we go. That is coming together quite nicely. Let's plant a few acacia trees as well. There's 1, 2, and maybe not. Maybe they need a little bit more space here. I'm not going to waste any more bone meal on that, and we will just move it a couple blocks over. There we go. And we will hit the ground in here with a little bit of bone meal as well. We will remove the blue flowers. We can leave the dandelions. I guess there was only the one cornflower, and we can make our way out of here. We are going to need some carpet or something, and I guess I could hit it a couple more times right back here as well. And it's very simple, but it definitely looks like a savanna. Maybe I'll add a couple of rocks or stones or something like that. Of course, I don't really want anything where the Scute could land on, because I want the hopper to be able to pick it up. So realizing that, I don't want any 1 block tall features in here. But maybe well, we can't have a pond, can we? I think we will just leave it at this. We will put in some lights though. And we can hang these from the acacia trees in here. There we go. Of course, at night we will have to see how much that really lights up. We will probably need one more lantern right there, and maybe one more back here in that corner, but that should hopefully do the job. What we can do is add some path blocks though. That will give this a little bit more depth here. There we go, and we will have a fence here in the front. Perfect, so the enclosure on the inside is finished, lit up very nicely. Now we have to make this look a little bit nicer, because I am not really happy with how this looks right now. It looked better in my mind than it does in reality. Maybe what we will do instead, there were a lot of items in there, okay. Maybe instead of having these chests and the hopper there, we can just have this hopper go straight into that bottom barrel, and that will be storage for the Scute. So let's give that a try. Of course, I don't know that these powered rails will reach. They will not. That is not a problem though. We can just break that dirt right there and replace that with the redstone torch that we didn't end up using. Well, I thought that would work. Maybe 1 block closer here. Huh. That is interesting. It's not even working right there. Why is that? Okay, so now it's working. And now it's staying powered. And there's no redstone torch. That is weird. That seems like a bug. I don't know, I could be wrong. But in my eyes, that seems like a bug. I will look more into that though. So that at least takes care of that. Maybe if we extend these logs going around on this side, just to kind of close off the wall here and hide some of those extra mechanical things. And then maybe we can bring that down. It's definitely very goofy, but I think it's better than what we had before. Maybe just a few more barrels across the top here will help complete the... And now it's not working. Okay. Well, that is, in fact, a bug. And that is also a bug. Okay, then. Well, as long as that is staying powered without us updating that, we are just going to leave that as it is and not have any extra redstone... Uh-oh. There we go. And not have any extra redstone torches powering that. Hopefully we can get away with that. Let's see what happens when the hopper minecart returns. And it should be approaching any second now. Here it comes. And it looks like it's working. Okay, well, as long as that bug is not patched, I will use it to my full advantage. So I'm gonna get some sleep, and we will bring our armadillo friends over in the morning. Alright, who is ready to move into their new home? So let's get the three of you put on some leads, and we will bring them over to the new armadillo enclosure, where hopefully they will be a lot more comfortable. That is a high traffic, high volume area. Lots of noise over there, which armadillos don't like all that much. The new area where they are moving, at least for now, will not be all that busy. Uh-oh, we lost one. Of course, once town center starts to get a little more populated, then it will become a high traffic area. But for now, it should be a pretty quiet sanctuary for the three of them. So we will bring them in here, and we will go grab some spider eyes and breed them a couple of times and get a few more armadillos, and one of them dropped a scute. Alright, we can close up that gate, grab our leads, and they are now in their new... Uh-oh. Oversight. They don't... Wait. Maybe not. Okay. I forgot that they don't like the sounds of players in vehicles, but it seems like the vehicle itself does not cause any issues for them. I almost completely forgot about that. Hopefully they don't change that in the future, otherwise it would render our farm kind of useless. But for now, it's working. And in our barrel, we already have a lead, a dirt, and an acacia log. Not a bad yield so far, but let's see if we can get some scute from one of them. And I also brought over some spider eyes so we can go ahead and breed a couple of them. So we will head on in here, not frighten them, and just walk, and we will give these two a spider eye. Sorry friend, you will have to wait a little bit longer. Let's see if we have any scute yet. Nothing yet, but I am still holding out. And okay, here we go. That one just dropped a scute. I saw that one jump, but I don't think they can get over the fence. At least I hope they can't anyway. So we should see that get picked up here pretty soon. And I heard another one drop. All right. So we should get a couple here. And there's one. So either it missed it that second time. Well, I can't really tell. I don't know. It will drop eventually into that hopper. I don't think they will produce scute faster than the hopper can unload, which again, if they do, we can just stop it ourselves and it won't be an issue. Or I will probably log off, log back on, and it will update that block and the minecart will stop up there. There's the second scute, so we now have 8 of those, which means, well, I guess we don't need 8, we need 6, but we can craft another wolf armor, which will fit perfectly in... Uh-oh. Okay. They just rolled up, they didn't actually take damage. So, we will go ahead and bring our wolves over there while we are on the topic of that. We will start with our white wolf variant. And they should just follow us. I don't want them to go into the nether portal. But we are past that now, so we should be okay. And we can head on into our new doghouse with our 3 white wolves. And it looks like they have chosen this one right here. So that's 2. We can go ahead and have them take a seat. And number 3, there we go. He just ran right in. So there's our first 3 wolves, and I think they are just called white wolves. I will double check, but for now, we will just have that. So let's go back and get our spotted wolf. No, not spotted wolf. Well, it does not tell us in our debug menu. It shows that we are looking at a wolf, but it does not tell us the variant, unfortunately. That's okay, we will get it figured out here in just a moment. And we will get them out of the rain inside where it is nice and dry, and it looks like they have chosen this one. Well, they can't make up their minds. We're gonna put them in here. We'll just do this the old-fashioned way with a lead. There we go. And we will get this one out of the white wolf enclosure into their own enclosure. Perfect. So we have 2 down. 7 to go. We are not going to worry about that in this episode though, and I think that is actually where we are going to end it. I know today's episode was a little bit shorter than normal, but I just wanted to get both of these things taken care of. By the time you're seeing this video, I am actually out of town right now, so this is pre-recorded. I wanted to make it a little bit easier on my schedule before I left. But if you enjoyed today's episode, definitely hit that thumbs up button and make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on daily content as soon as I publish it. Check the description for some more important information, links how to... Did I see them getting up on that fence? Okay, they can climb the dripstone. I hope they can't climb the fence, but I guess the dripstone you can walk up on. Let me just double check that actually. Yes, okay, I guess you can walk up on the dripstone. If that becomes a problem, I will remove it, but for now, it doesn't seem to be. But as I was saying, leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Check the description for some more important information, links how to contact me, all of that good stuff. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on daily content as soon as I publish it. And with all of that being said, comment, like, subscribe, remember to stay optimistic, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye!